Hey, if you like to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator as a way to build targeted lead lists that you can use for your outbound, you're in luck if you're watching this video, because I'm going to show you some absolute jujitsu ninja flip trickery that you can use to get insanely highly qualified leads. And not only that, but I'm going to show you exactly how you can extract them and the tool that you can use to extract them, and then how to get the posts of the people that have posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days for a very, very low price. In fact, it's much lower than Clay, and the method I'm going to show you is something that is not even possible in Clay. So let me get into it and explain it to you. So the first thing is, here we are in Sales Navigator, and we're in the account section. So what we want to do is firstly build a list of accounts or companies that are highly qualified. So in this example, I'm going to give you just an arbitrary example so that we can use that to focus on when we're building this. So let's say that you're a recruitment agency and you focus on placing IT candidates into IT departments of companies, right? So what would you be looking for here? Obviously you want companies that have been growing, and more specifically, you would want companies where their IT department has been growing. So let's go from top to bottom, left to right. Annual revenue, we could use that. Company headcount, this is a good one. So we're just going to target small companies. Let's say 11 or 1 to, let's say actually just 11 to 50 people. And then company headcount growth. This is a very good signal. Let's say we want companies that have grown by at least 10%. Now, I'm not sure of the time range of that. I believe it's over the last 12 months, but I could be wrong there. Anyway, headquarters location, let's put in the United States. Industry, so in this example, I'm going to target software related companies. So I'm going to copy that word soft and I'm going to add software development. I'm going to add desktop computing software, and let's add one more. IT system custom software development. That's fine. Okay. Then number of followers, and then department headcount. So this is where things really count. So we have department headcount and we have department headcount growth. So there's a couple of things we can do here. Firstly, with department headcount growth, let's go down to information technology, and we want companies whose IT departments have grown by at least 30% in the last 12 months. I think it's 12 months anyway. So you can see on the top right, we have 5,500 companies currently, but when I add this criteria, it becomes 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 companies, yeah? Here's another one, department headcount. So let's see if we can find companies that have nobody in human resources, because a lot of recruiters want to work directly with the line managers, and so a lot of the times HR people and talent acquisition people sort of get in the way and try and block you from reaching those line managers. Now unfortunately in this example there is 0, so let's edit that and let's change it to 1. So now we have 240 companies that apparently only have one person in human resources. Let me see about talent acquisition. Is that an option here? No. So anyway, we'll just go with human resources with a maximum of 1, and that is in there. Right, and then we have Fortune 50, so none of them are there. No companies in this list are in those. Technologies used could be interesting if you want to use that. So you could find companies that are using, say, Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics 365 or HubSpot or whatever it is it might be. So those are good. Then we have job opportunities. So we want to find companies that are currently hiring on LinkedIn. Now you can see that I only have 65 companies now, but I'm putting in some pretty tight criteria here. Obviously, if you were doing this for yourself, you would widen some of these criteria and probably be a bit less strict about the department headcount growth being at least 30%. So you can definitely just tweak and change these to your needs. And so what we need to do next is we need to save these into a list. So to do that, this part is a little bit time consuming, and the maximum number of companies that you can bring up in these results, or the maximum number of companies that you could save to a list, is 1,000 companies. And LinkedIn makes it deliberately hard for you by only allowing you to see 25 companies per page. So you can see we have 3 pages of results here, and you would need to select all and then save to list and then create new list and give it a name. So we're going to save that. Now we're going to go to page 2 and we're going to select all of these and we're going to save them to that list that we just created, which is this one here. So now you can see there are 50 companies in that list, and then we're going to go down and go to page 3 and do the same thing. So it didn't take me too long because I only have 3 pages, but if you had more than 1,000 companies and 25 companies per page, then it would be 40 pages, and so it would take you 10 minutes to do what I just did, but it's well worth it because you then have this saved list of accounts that are very highly qualified, right? From there, what we do is we go over to the leads search, and you can see that it has kept in some of these criteria, like the industry, it's kept in the US, and company headcount is 11 to 50, but it is missing all of those other extremely useful signals that we already put in. So the most important ones are that the company is growing by 10% in the last year, and the IT department is growing by at least 30% in the last year. So to do that, to add that back in, we go to account lists and we search for that list. So let's see if it comes up. There it is. Okay, so now we have people in those 65 companies. You can see that we have 930 people. But now, so we have all those account level signals, and now we can actually toggle on posted on LinkedIn. And in my example here, I only have 106 people, so it's not great, but it's okay. I'm just showing you the method, right? So now we can put in the current job title. So let's say that I only want to target CEOs, and let's say that I only want to target founders and co-founders. Okay, so now we have 22 results. Now there's another thing we can do here, which is, let's imagine we want to find founders and CEOs who are new in their roles. So, and let's say that we want to find founders and CEOs where it's their first time as a founder or a CEO. So how would you do that? You would go past job title, and let's type CEO, and then we're going to exclude it. And then we're going to type founder, and we're going to exclude that, and co-founder, and we're going to exclude that. So now we know in their past jobs, these people didn't have those titles. So most likely, this is their first time being a CEO in this company, right? We also know that they've posted on LinkedIn, so they're active on LinkedIn. So if you're going to use LinkedIn as a channel for your outbound, you're going to find people who have posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. You're going to be reaching out to them. There's a much higher chance they're going to reply to you. You're also going to be able to see what they're posting about, and you're going to be able to use that data to customize your message to them, to personalize your message to them. And if you use AI using a tool like the one I'm about to show you, then you are able to do this at scale for thousands of people all at once without having to manually read all of their posts. So we have this data here, and what you could also do as another signal is years in current company is less than 1 year, and we have 3 people there, or 1 to 2 years, and we have now 7 people. So these are people who are new in their company, and they're a founder or a CEO who have not been a founder or a CEO before, and they have posted on LinkedIn, and they're at companies in the software industry in the US that have hired so many people in their IT department that their IT department's grown by at least 30% in the last 12 months. And you can also add the geography of these people. So we might want to just make sure the actual people are in the US as well. So we know the companies are in the US, but in some cases you can see one of those 7 people apparently is not in the US. Maybe they're in Canada or some other country. But anyway, this is some great search criteria, and this is now a very, very powerful search result because we've combined account level criteria with people level criteria, and so this is, as some people might say, it's bombastic. I would say it's bombastic. Now, if you were to use Clay to try to extract these people, find people from an external list, you can see here this warning, this error message basically that says you cannot use an account list as part of your search filters because we do not have access to your Sales Navigator account to see your account lists. Please reconstruct the search filters without the account lists and try again. So if you were to use Clay to do this, it would not be possible. And so therefore you need to use another tool. And the tool that I want to recommend for doing this is called Airscale.io. This is an incredibly powerful tool that is a bit like Google Sheets on steroids, but it has the ability to utilize lots of other tools through its APIs and connections with them. So some of the things it can do, it can extract leads from Sales Navigator, it can extract leads from Apollo. You can even find people using Airscale's own search criteria, and it will generate a list for you without you needing to use Sales Navigator or Apollo. It can do many, many different things, and then it can enrich that data to find email addresses, phone numbers, to verify those phone numbers and email addresses, and do all kinds of stuff. So it's very similar to Clay, I would say. However, it is just much more affordable. So take a look at this. Let's go to their pricing. So you can see that the starter plan is $49 a month for 4,000 credits. So based on that, how much does a credit cost? So $49 divided by 4,000 credits is 1 cent per credit, 1.2 cents per credit, right? Compare that to Clay's pricing. If you want to be able to use their HTTP APIs and their webhooks and things like that, then you're going to be on the Explorer plan, which is this yellow one in the middle. And if you're paying monthly, it's $349 a month for 10,000 credits per month. You can buy more if you need to, but yeah, so 10,000 credits per month. And then how much would that cost per credit? How much is a credit? So it's $349 divided by, that is 3.5 cents. So divide that by 0.01225, I think it was. So in other words, Airscale is about a third of the cost of Clay in terms of what one credit costs. But not only that, a lot of the features inside of Airscale can actually be done for free and don't cost you any credits. So one of those is to extract a Sales Navigator search. You would paste in the LinkedIn Sales Navigator search URL, you would give it a name, you would connect your LinkedIn account. So this is one thing, I mean, you do have to connect your own LinkedIn account to this. So they make it very easy. They provide a Chrome extension that you can use to copy your LinkedIn cookie, session cookie, and then just paste it down here. So I'm just going to give it a name, blah, blah, blah. And then you click on launch extraction. And within a matter of minutes, it's going to pull in all of those results from your Sales Navigator search. And it will work even if you've built lists in the way that I just showed you, where you start with building an account list and then you use that in your people, in your lead search list criteria. What you can then do, if I just go on to page 2, is you can extract their posts, and this is pretty awesome. So let me just select these first 3 people. Now, what I'm going to do next is click Enrich and Clean, and you can see that we have all of these different things that you can do with Airscale. So you can find phone numbers, you can find and verify professional emails, you can find personal emails, you can verify emails. You can do so much stuff here. It really is a very, very powerful tool. These are all the fields that you can enrich on the left, and you can actually just go to provider and you can see that they have integrations with tons of different data providers. LinkedIn happens to be one of the sources that you can use here, and if you see here we have people posts scraper, and you can see that it costs 1 credit per row. So we're going to select that, and then what you would do is select the number of rows that you want to run this on. So I'm going to just select these 3, or maybe I'll do 5. Okay, so 5 rows are selected, and we click Run Workflow, and you can see that that action is now ongoing. I clicked it twice, so anyway, doesn't matter. Over here on the right now we have posts being extracted in real time, and it shows posts extracted. You can click to expand and look at what you get. Beautiful, beautiful data. So let's take a look. We have data, and then we have this array or a JSON, and so this person has 36 posts or 37 posts including the 0. So the point is, what I'm saying here is that you don't just get their latest post, as some tools might only give you their single latest post. This actually gives you, I think, all of their posts going back over a certain time frame. I might be wrong, it could be all time, it could be the last 12 months, but it's very, very valuable data, right? And so you can then add that as a column. So if you want their latest post, you can add the text as a column, and it will create a new column containing that text, and you can just keep doing that and keep adding columns as you like. So yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of this method for getting the most qualified people out of your searches in Sales Navigator, and how to utilize Airscale to not only scrape those lists without using any credits, but also to extract their posts from LinkedIn at a very, very, very reasonable and economical price. So I hope you found this video useful. If you would like more content like this, then subscribe to the channel. And if you would like us to help you build out workflows for your outbound, then click on the link in the description and book a time to talk with me. And I'll see you in the next one.